You're watching Tag TV Multicultural channel. I'm your host Tahir Gora. Today we are talking about a failed coup and attack on Turkey's democracy. Here are some clips of this disturbing incidents. As I was talking about this failed coup and attack on Turkey's democracy, we are fortunate to have Turkey's Consul General, Mr. Erdeniz, in our studio today. Sir, thank you for joining our studio. My first question, how would you reflect on recent attack on Turkey's democracy?
Well, I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity. On the 15th of July, last Friday, there was a coup attempt against the democratic order, against the democratic government, democratic elected president, and against people of Turkey. It was incredible. A group within the armed forces, took their arms. They were led and instigated by an organization called Fethullah Gülen terrorist organization, and they attacked our people. They killed over 250 innocent people, and more than 2,000 people were wounded. And for the first time in our history, our parliament was attacked. Even during our independence war, the parliament was not attacked. And these people attacked the parliament with F-16 planes, they attacked the presidential palace, they attacked the police special forces headquarters, and they killed 47 policemen and women there. And they killed everyone, they shot everyone, regardless of the age, gender, whether it's children, elders, olders, women or men. It was something terrible. It was a clear attack against democracy, against rule of law, and against human rights.
Sir, as Turkish government blames Mr. Fethullah Gülen's organization behind this coup, so what is your take on Fethullah Gülen's organization?
Well, we have been telling to our allies and partners about how dangerous this organization is for some time. This is a terrorist organization, Fethullah Gülen terrorist organization, and we have some credible and concrete evidence that this terrorist organization is behind this coup attempt. This is like sun. You cannot hide sun. Everything is very obvious now, and we expect from all our allies and partners, including Canada, to take necessary steps about this organization.
Since Mr. Fethullah Gülen and his organization are denying this fact, so what is Turkish government's position in terms of proving their point that they were behind this conspiracy?
Everything is very clear. Now the perpetrators of coup attempt are being captured, and they confessed. They confessed that they took their orders from the leader of this Fethullah Gülen terrorist organization, Fethullah Gülen, and also at the camp of the chief of staff, who took the chief of staff hostage, confessed that he tried to convince the chief of staff to talk to this terrorist leader, so that maybe he can convince the chief of staff. Everything is very clear. We have the concrete evidence. We have the concrete proof that this terrorist organization is behind this coup, and we have the concrete, again, evidence and proof that this organization is a terrorist organization.
You're using a very strong notion, calling this organization terrorist organization. Is this organization banned in Turkey?
They are under criminal investigations. There are court decisions about them, and now they even attempted to do a coup. And so we have been warning all our allies and partners for some time about this.
But this organization's leader lives in Pennsylvania, United States. And we do have information their organizations even exist here in Canada as well. Are you concerned about their presence in Canada?
We are concerned about their presence everywhere. All our ally and partner governments, Canada, the United States, know very well where are they. We ask the United States government, kindly ask the United States government to extradite him to Turkey and to take necessary steps against this terrorist organization. There is no difference between Daesh or between PKK or any other terrorism. We should all stand against terrorism, because terrorism is terrorism, whether it is from Daesh, ISIL, or from Fethullah Gülen terrorist organization. We never ask any question, we never ask for any proof, any document from the American friends when they were under attack or when they wanted something. We don't ask any documents from France or any other nation under terrorist attack, terrorist threat. And this is a terrorist threat which was directed to Turkey's democracy, Turkey's people, the Turkish system based on the rule of law and the human rights. And as democratic nations, we should all defend democracy. Nobody should be able to attack the democratically elected governments or democratically elected people.
Do you see any big sports from Turkish-backed diaspora here in Canada towards Fethullah Gülen's organization?
No, actually, people know what this organization is. This is why our people, both the Turkish Canadians and other brothers, sisters, and the Canadians, are coming in front of the Consul General and are walking on the streets of Toronto and other places, demanding all our ally and partner nations took necessary steps against this Fethullah Gülen terrorist organization. People know their real face very well.
After this failed coup, Turkish government is cracking down thousands and thousands of government servants. Do you see any reaction from Canadians of Turkish background?
Well, we should be careful about this, because there was a coup attempt against the democratically elected government, against the system, and now the system is defending itself. But while doing that, as our president, our prime minister, and all our leaders are saying, we are, the most important thing for us is the rule of law. In Turkey, every step is being taken in this context, within our constitution and also in accordance with the international documents that we signed.
So as Mr. Erdogan's government seems in the center right, how much threat this government feels from extreme right and extreme left?
Turkey has a threat perception from terrorism. Turkey is a victim of terrorism for so many years, and it is a nation, a country that is most affected from terrorism. In the past, my colleagues, 40 of my colleagues were killed by an Armenian terrorism organization, Asala. Then the PKK terrorism started, and about 40,000 of our citizens lost their lives because of this PKK terrorism. And we had the Daesh, and you know how many times Daesh targeted Turkey. I mean, Turkey has been warning the international fora about the dangers of Daesh, and we declared Daesh, we recognize Daesh as a terrorist organization before everyone. And how many people they killed in Turkey, you saw. And now there's Fethullah Gülen terrorist organization. It doesn't matter. I mean, terrorism doesn't have any left or right. Terrorism doesn't have any religion or nationality. Terrorism is terrorism. If there is terrorism, we should all stand up and we should all stand in solidarity with each other.
To what extent this failed coup would affect Turkey's economy, political stability, and general lifestyle?
Thanks to God and thanks to Allah and thanks to our leaders, our people, most importantly, our people, life started to going normal very quickly. The next day, the airport was open. On Monday, the coup attempt was on Friday night. On Monday, the banks were open. The markets reacted positively. And today, everything is going back to normal. Even in this last week, we hosted a prime minister in Turkey. Prime Minister of Georgia was in Turkey. And we hosted the Minister of Secretary of State for Foreign Affairs from Britain. So everything is back to normal. And within the measures which are being taken within our constitution, within our international obligations, Turkey will be stronger than it was.
Do you see any connection between these enemies of democracy in Turkey and Daesh?
Anything can happen because these are so crazy people. These are people you see that like they lost their minds. So these kind of people who kill innocent civilians, who bomb their own parliament, who bombed the presidential palace, killed policemen as if they are terrorists. The terrorists attack the police officers. They can do anything. They can have any links. So we are trying to understand that now. This is why the security forces and other forces are taking this very seriously and trying to get the perpetrators of this.
What is the general reaction of Turkish Canadians on this failed coup and the crackdown on suspected forces behind this attack on democracy?
Turkish Canadians have shown their support for our people who defeated this coup attempt. On Friday night, when we get the information first, I got telephone calls from all the Turkish Canadians, and they say what we can do, and we said come and show your support, and they came in front of the Consul General, and they expressed their support for the democracy in Turkey. And yesterday they were again in front of the Consul General, and they had a demonstration there. And they walked to the Nathan Phillips Square. And while we were walking, as if we were in Turkey, we had the cars, people just applauding, the car sirens and other things, showed their support, the Torontonians also. It was very nice to see that, and we were very happy to get the support of the Torontonians as well. We should not forget one thing: all the parties in the Turkish parliament after this attack released a joint communique. Expressing that they are against this coup attempt and they are supporting the democracy. That is very important. And likewise, all the Turks here, are showing their support for the democracy.
What would have been your reaction if this attempt would have been successful?
I don't want to think about it. I don't think about it. And because we are all democratic nations in Canada, in other places. We are democratic nations. And in democratic nations, people go, they use their votes, and their representatives are ruling us, are governing the countries. No one deserves this. So this is why I say that I pray to God, pray to Allah that neither our nation nor any of our brotherly nations, our allies, friends, and even our enemies, may Allah don't show them something like this, because this is terrible and nobody deserves this in this age, and we should all condemn this, and we should all see how dangerous, how cynical, what kind of conspiracy is this. This was not against only Turkey. This was against, I believe it was against all Muslim countries. It was against all humanity, because we are all working together for the sake of humanity. This is why we are helping the Syrian refugees in Turkey. This is why we are trying to help Somalia, together with Canada, together with all other partners. This is why we are trying to help so many people in different parts of the world. If our countries are not, if our democracies, countries are not strong, how can we do that? This is something insane, and nobody deserves this kind of terrorist plot by anyone, and this is why we should all condemn Fethullah Gülen terrorist organization for staging this coup attempt.
Since Turkey has gone through these sorts of attacks on democracy several times, so what is the future of democracy in Turkey?
This time people, it's right that we had some coup d'etats before. The last one was in 1980. But when you look at this is something else. This is so cynical, this is so, so deep, and this is so full of conspiracy. And the important thing is people took to the streets. Our president, called people to the street. He said that if they have the guns, if they have the tanks, you have the iman, you have the belief. And people listened to him, took to the streets, and they made a counter-revolution against these coup plotters. So, and people said that no more coups. I think the people, Turkish people, has also showed an important message, gave an important message to all the world, that democracy, nobody can win democracy, nobody can win people, because it's the important thing is the people, people's heart, people's choices, and people show that.
Thank you, sir, for joining our show, and this is a very meaningful talk, and we are very grateful for your presence.
I thank you for allowing me this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Viewers, you were watching Candid Talk with Tahir Gora, and we had a very meaningful talk with Turkish Consul General in Toronto, Mr. Erdeniz. Thank you for watching our show.
#1 multicultural channel. This is TAG TV.